Listen!
Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. Let's jump into your reading and see what it is that you guys need to know today. What messages need to be revealed to you today? Oh, Motion. I was just listening to Motion by Megan Thee Stallion's, like her new song, Motion. And I touched on that yesterday. Anyway, lots of freedom. This is a lot of like, it's a horse, right? Stallion. Maybe you guys are like listening to Megan Thee Stallion's new album. Or you can relate a lot to her personality, her drive, her talent, right? Not only is she incredibly intelligent, she's also like insanely talented. And she's like back to back to back to back booked. Like she's coming out with things back to back to back, right? She's got her album, there's features like left and right that she's on. So this to me makes me think you're in motion. You're fucking doing the work right now. And there's this sense of liberty with it. Like it does feel, maybe some of you guys are campaigning, or like you're really, if you're watching this as I post and you live in the United States, we are literally a few days away from the election season, from the election day, voting day, right? November 5th. You could be campaigning, or you could be very vocal about certain issues that are going on right now. Because with this imagery here, when I said liberty, it made me think of like the Statue of Liberty, which I don't normally like go straight to that image. So maybe this could be like something with like patriotism. I don't know. Maybe you are fighting. I mean, you literally could be fighting for certain rights, especially if you are like a woman in America. Let's get down to the nitty gritty of this, okay? Like, let's be frank, let's be real. There are women literally dying and being jailed in other states simply for having an abortion, for not being close to the brink. Like, women are literally almost dying. They're like at the brink of death before doctors, any other medical staff will actually step in, because not only that, like they're afraid of legal repercussions. So yeah, I'm getting like really, you could be someone that is like, people do not want to debate with you. Oh my gosh. So if you could be dealing with a lot of, I don't know, I'm hearing hecklers. Are you a comedian? Like, I don't know. This just made me think like someone, like if you're speaking about something or you're passionate about something, there could be like people around like heckling, or maybe this is just like a heckling type of energy where it's like someone not taking your cause seriously, or someone not taking what you're saying seriously, or not even truly even caring. Not even, it's almost like there's this, you could have someone around you that is like just really ignorant, because I'm getting this energy of like really heavy ignorance. Sorry to get super political. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm really not fucking sorry. Like, if you really don't like politics talk, then you can go to there's different readers, plenty of amazing readers. But this shit is like very important, because not only does it affect like our country, America, right? The United States of America, whoever is sitting in the White House, whoever is sitting in the like Congress, House, like Senator, like it impacts other countries. Like it is like it's not just us, right? What happens in America affects other countries as well. So this is like a very critical point right now in history, not just for America, but for like globally. There's like literally so many things going on. So you could actually be an advocate. Do not bite that. Thank you. You could be advocating for something. Maybe you have gone through something like this. Maybe you have been affected, regardless if you're a man, woman, he, she, they, like regardless of that, you could have been affected or had a family member been affected by this, whether it be through medication or not medication, but medical, like if there was not even necessarily like wanting to get some abortion, right? This is like if you're having an ectopic pregnancy, if you're having, like a woman was literally jailed for 22 days because she had a miscarriage in her bathroom. What the fuck is going on? Okay, you have some MAGA conservatives freaking the fuck out because women can vote, because their wives might vote differently, undermining the husband. Like, what the fuck is going on? So you could actually be this isn't politics to you, this is personal. Understandable, because I'm the same way. Like, don't even get me started. Once you get me started, there's no stopping. So you could be dealing with that right now, or maybe you've been doing phone banks. I don't know. Maybe you've been going like door to door, or maybe you've gone to certain rallies or something. Like, literally downtown. I live in Florida, okay? I live in Florida. I'm sure you guys gathered that if you've been watching my videos, especially with the hurricane. I live in Florida. It's actually it's been interesting to see how many people are truly supporting this cause for democracy. There was just, in the area I live in, there was a whole gathering of people who were having signs. They were, it was Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, like signs, like getting together. I've seen so many like signs, yard signs everywhere, which has been, I mean, it's a good surprise to me, but I was just talking to my friend about this the other day. Like, it's genuinely surprising to me to see how much support, which is great. I mean, obviously you guys know my stance on this. And just the comments that have been made. Did you guys see what was going on in Madison Square Garden? The comments, the language being used. Have you guys ever seen that movie Idiocracy? And it drives me, it doesn't compute to me. It does not make sense, people comparing that to Kamala Harris when their own... This ain't even a read anymore. Like, I'm basically ranting about politics, but I don't care because this is so important. And this is what I'm picking up here, motion. There are massive changes coming, okay? And with the horses, this makes me think of freedom. We're fighting for our fucking freedom here. So maybe I'm just getting like a general overall collective energy, because there is a lot of anxiety in the air. There is a lot of tension, unsure. It doesn't even matter what side you're on, or if you're independent, it doesn't even matter. Like, the tension is high. The tension is freaking high. You have certain conservatives over here burning ballot boxes. There was a MAGA teenager threatening a 70-plus-year-old woman with a freaking machete. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it boggles my mind. I'm sorry, I'm like stuttering. I'm getting really heated about this, but I genuinely, I don't understand how it's this close. I mean, I can understand because you have a group of people that are clinging onto this like white supremacy, this misogynistic, this type of like system, they're like gripping on for dear life. They don't want to lose that power, that control. And it's just sickening. It's so idiotic. Like, to me personally, I just find it so fucking stupid. And I've gotten to the point where I don't even like, you can't even like talk to certain people. And I'm not lumping everyone together. They keep jumping on the screens. I'm not lumping everyone together. I'm not trying to like generalize or put an umbrella over a bunch of people, but it boggles my fucking brain how it is this close when everything that this man has said and done has been just ugly, just disgusting, just awful. And I guess that's why his supporters love him, is because they can find, like, they can see parts of themselves. Like, he validates that nasty behavior, that nasty language, that language that stirs up emotions, that pretty much like elicits violence. I mean, let's think about fucking January 6th. I mean, this is such a pivotal point right now. It really is such a whatever happens in this election is going to change our country regardless who wins. There's going to be a massive change, okay? Are we going to progress forward or are we going to go back? I mean, they're already, I saw a video, and this, I mean, I will say this was a video from like 2 years ago, but let's not pretend that these conversations are not happening. There was a video from 2 years ago from a senator in, I think it was Idaho, where he was talking about now that Roe v. Wade has been, you know, given to the states to decide. He was also commenting, and I believe he tried to, you know, fix his remark or whatever. But what he had said was that he believes that the states, it should be left to the states to deal with interracial marriages. Huh? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is going on? Like, let me not get, I really have to learn, because I do get very passionate about this subject, and I don't know if I'm like kind of projecting a little bit onto you guys. I really do apologize. But this is like, that's immediately what I thought of when I got this card. Because a lot of times if I see air, I'm like, oh, air sign. No, girl, I'm over here thinking like literally of the election. And maybe again, it's because this energy is so heavy. It's so strong right now. Not just with me, but literally everywhere. I mean, people are out in the streets. People are out in the streets right now. No matter where you go, people are campaigning. People are fighting for freedom. People are fighting for fucking rights here. For agency. Women are fighting for agency. They talk about, I mean, granted, again, that whole video I saw of that senator talking about the interracial marriages being to the states, that was a couple years ago. I will say that. But, you know, you have people talking now about no-fault divorce. You know how many women would die and suffer if they took away no-fault divorce? There are some states where marital rape is still legal. There are states where there are literal politicians that refuse, like they've openly talked about like lowering the consent, like the age of consent. I just don't, let's pull another card. Actually, let me read. Let's kind of draw it back in. Yes, let me collect myself. I apologize. This is just such a serious topic, and you know that the people that are going to be affected, and he's literally talking about bringing back a fucking, what was it, from like 1798 for mass deportation, and he's over here talking about the legal migrants, let me repeat that, legal migrants, literally saying that he's gonna deport them regardless of the legal status, treating everyone who is not fucking white like they don't belong part of this country. They're so stupid. They didn't even realize Puerto Ricans are Americans. And to pass it off as a joke, like a joke has to have a punchline. When you're the butt of the joke and then you hear other people that are not part of these demographics that are being fucking insulted saying like, oh, well, it's not offended. I didn't get offended. Bitch, you're not part of the group. You're not part of that group. So shut the fuck up. Sorry, I'm so heated, and I know some people will not agree with this, but again, it's very frustrating because there are people's lives on the fucking line. People's lives, their whole, and then you have certain churches that are, first of all, they don't get taxed, but they're over here pushing rhetoric, they're pushing political ideals onto their congregations. Like, it's a very raw time right now. It's very raw. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of energy. And I don't think it's just simply going to dissipate once the election day is over. I do feel like there is going to be, like, this election could completely impact the way certain laws are formed in this country, the way certain things run in this country, regardless of what side you go on. Like, this is a turning point in history. It really is. And it really is just so frustrating. And you have other countries around the world where women are literally fucking suffering. They're being raped every fucking day. There are mothers begging these disgusting, vile human beings to rape them instead of their daughters. Like, it's so sick. Doctors are not even safe. Not even women that are being transported on ambulances are safe. There was a case in India where a woman, I mean, we all know about that doctor that was freaking brutalized and killed. But then there was another incident where a woman was sexually assaulted. You know, I'm not even going to censor any of my words. Was sexually assaulted. I think it was during like an ambulance transportation. Like, there are other countries where women can't even speak. Laws where they can't even fucking speak. A bird has more rights. A bird can sing in public. I've heard this saying before, where it's like literally a bird has more rights than some of these women. And then you have here in this country, women literally fucking dying. The United States is already like one of the top, like mortality, like they have the highest mortality rates for women during childbirth. I was shocked to read that. I mean, not in this time, but earlier. And let's not forget that Black and brown women are constantly dismissed. Constantly dismissed. Think of how much worse. Like, I think the statistics, like pre-Roe v. Wade, there was a 30-40% more chance of like either serious injury or death when it comes to women in childbirth. And not even just childbirth, but like the way it affects the clinics around you, the way it affects doctors going into that field. Even Michelle Obama was talking about this in a speech. Like, it doesn't just affect women who are pregnant. It doesn't just affect that. Like, it affects, it literally, it branches out into other things. It's not just going to affect women either. It's going to affect men. It's going to affect your family. It's going to affect your mother, your sister, like, it's going to affect everyone. It's already affecting everyone. There are some cities where to get access to certain gynecological like treatment, health, whatever, is so difficult. Like, you have women crossing state lines just so they could fucking fight for their life, just so they don't have to carry their rapist baby. And then on top of that, they could potentially be charged for crossing state lines to go to another state where that is legal. It really is. It shows you how certain people really think of others. And it's always been, right? Look at the whole history of the United States. They want to cover up the history of the United States. This whole country was built off the backs of fucking slaves that were brought here against their will. And slaves that were kept underground, under churches where, you know, people would be singing, praising God, with human beings under the ground treated like fucking garbage. Anyway, sorry. I really, like, this really does get me heated. It's just so sickening. It really is so sickening. So please, if you are registered to vote, please vote. We do not need any more division. We do not need to be going back to fucking laws from 1798. Are we kidding? But, you know, it's in a way, it's good when you have people truly show you who they are. And maybe that's the thing too. Maybe there are people around you showing you who they are. They can say whatever they want. They can talk however they want. They can say whatever they want. But if their actions, I'm hearing in my mind, you know that scene from Game of Thrones? I think I brought this up like a short while ago in another reading, because this, I believe this came up, but I'm seeing it again. That scene with Davos and, was it Melisandre? Oh my God, I can't remember her name. She was like the old red witch, right? And she's like, I can only do what my Lord commands, after they burned a little girl. They burned a little girl alive. And Davos was like, if your Lord tells you to burn children, your Lord is evil. How can you justify the suffering of people? How can you justify the complete lack and disregard to human life? Simply like based on something that people cannot control. At the end of the day, they don't fucking care. They just care about power. They just care about what's in their pockets. They just care about being the ones in control. That's what it comes down to. They got to keep certain people under their thumb. Okay. Zen. Sorry. 22, air. So motion. It says, be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself free thought. Move and choose. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Use your voice. Use your voice. Your voice is so strong. And maybe your voice is your vote. Cast your vote. It is the easiest way to use your voice. And again, I know there was an ad that literally like made a bunch of MAGA men. They were comparing women voting opposite of their husbands, their controlling husbands. Like they were likening it to fucking adultery. That's how serious these people feel. Like, and then you have people on fucking Twitter saying repeal the 19th. You have people yelling about there's too many women vote, they're outvoting the men. Then go vote. Shut the fuck up. God forgive me. Okay, I'm like, I need to like chill. Because at the end of the day, that is one of the things that I really admire about Kamala Harris. And I am not sitting here thinking that politicians are fucking, I don't fucking, worship celebrities. I don't worship politicians. At the end of the day, you have to take what people say with a grain of salt, and you have to go by their actions. I'm not going to sit here and like judge how Kamala Harris is going to be as a president without knowing how she's going to be as a president, right? Because right now her seat is the vice president. And she can only do what Biden delegates her to do, okay? So everyone using the argument of like, well, what has she done in the past 4 years? Please, I'm begging you, please look in, like do more research. Do more research, please. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, sorry, I was getting off on a tangent. But I really like how she talks about when people have different ideas, that's communicate, right? She wants people to have a seat at the table if they have different ideas. Amazing. Not everyone has to agree on a single thing. You don't all have to believe the same thing. You don't have to have the same, like we don't all have to think the same way. But I would rather live in a country where there's people who can maturely discuss situations, issues, creative ideas. Without all of I would rather have a diverse group of people thinking about this, right? Like, because this is supposed to be for everyone. Why, in what logical world, making this country a theocracy would in any way be beneficial to the American people? It's just not. It's just not. Anyway, sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Again. If you really disagree with me, that's completely fine. That is your prerogative. Feel free to disagree, right? But I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to speak with what the energy is coming through. Okay. Word of power, air, Latin, air, ether. Yeah, the energy right now is insane. The element of air has always been associated with movement and with the higher spirit. It is a cleansing element that enables us to fly free and allow our minds to travel. Air is associated with all breath, breathing, the lungs, the voice, music, winds, and storms. It is the element of communication. Communication is so important at this time. How you communicate. And maybe just like, okay, if I'm trying to connect this message with you guys, maybe there are people around you where you have realized like there is just no it's like, you got to give it to God or give it to the universe, right? There's this like wall with communication here, I feel like. And when it says here with the higher spirit, maybe it's like, maybe you are in that moment where you're like, I can't anymore. Especially if this is like with the person around you. Maybe you guys just have like very different views. Maybe this is a spouse. I don't know, because that ad was coming into my mind just a few minutes ago. Shoot, maybe the universe is telling me to take a breather. It's like, girl, relax. But I'm very passionate about this, and I'm just confused. I don't understand how it's this close. But again, I mean, I guess I do understand, because this country is, even the whole world, just the way that land has been colonized, people have been brutalized, and it's just normalized, right? Because history is written by the people who conquered. I mean, you have archives that cannot even fucking come out into the light for the public, right? I think in Europe, they have like certain archives that are top secret. And I believe even, I was reading something, don't quote me because I skimmed through it. I didn't even have time. This was on my break. But it was talking about how even our own, some of our own archives here, where it's like, are being skewed, which is not surprising, but it is upsetting given the fact that this is 2024. Like, what are we doing? Why are we trying, like, why, what is the purpose? I'm asking these questions, but we all know the answer. It just doesn't fucking make sense. Sorry, this is all over the place. I'm so... Maybe spirit is really like, girl, calm down. Calm down. It says, at its most destructive, air is disconnected, chaotic, undisciplined, and untethered. That is the energy right now. It's chaotic. There's so much tension right now. And when it's linked with communication, chaotic communication, there is so much misinformation being spread right now with sites ran by, right? Like you have Twitter, or X now, with Musk, where it's just basically is just a sausage fest pushing against like it's being used in political campaigning, which is not supposed to be, but whatever. So you have all that misinformation. You literally have people, like Trump is literally just saying lies that you can look up with facts, but they're not facts to his followers, because Donald Trump said that they're not. The man can say I mean, I think it was just this morning or last night, he was like trying to deep throat the mic. He was like, I'm so sorry, like, we're talking about chaotic. This is chaotic. This reading is chaotic, and I truly apologize, but maybe you guys are feeling like I am, where it's like there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of, especially if you're in the United States, there's a lot of tension. I just keep feeling like so much tension, fear. So I totally understand, but maybe spirit is just like, we need to all collectively take a breather, right? The results are going to come through. The only thing we can do is cast our vote. The only thing we can do is make sure that we're doing our own research, make sure that we're looking up, making decisions and coming to conclusions on our own, instead of just being spoon-fed lies by only one source of media, only one source. If it's just a source of Donald Trump's crusty lips, okay? Speaking of, as my lips are all fucking dry, we're not gonna talk about that, okay? But there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of lies right now being painted as the truth. And it's like, you can look this stuff up for yourself. Like, I don't understand. So it says, while we consider a storm after a long drought to be cleansing and nourishing, an intensive storm such as a hurricane can be wildly destructive. The word airhead normally refers to someone who does not consider things much and who flits around from one thing to another willy-nilly. Finding your own space and healthy motion is important. Finding your own breath of fresh air will enable you to see things differently and start anew. Maybe someone here had hail recently. Lord, I hope there's not another hurricane forming, because we just got hit with Milton. But I don't know why I'm seeing with the hurricane coming up. I don't know why another hurricane forming. Apparently Kamala Harris is responsible for that too. Apparently the Democrats control the weather. Anyway, let's keep going. Creation, water. Something new is coming through with this. And yeah, there could be storms ahead. I don't know if this is literal, if this is metaphorical. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Okay, it's going to be a tense time for the United States. I guess this reading is just collective energy. I'm so sorry. This is not super personalized. This is the general of the general. But I'm just getting, like, the United States. I'm getting overall, like, a connection, a grid of, like, because it's not, I keep saying the United States, but it's not just that. Like, what happens impacts globally. It impacts globally. Creation. But yeah, maybe you guys are campaigning, or again, maybe this is not even technically truly tied to the presidential election. Maybe you're campaigning for local electives, right? I know if you live in Texas, I don't live in Texas, but I saw the debate between, I think his last name's like Allred or something, him and Ted Cruz. He wiped the floor with that man. Okay, he fucking wiped the floor with him. So you could be into like local politics or something like that, or maybe you're a politician. I don't fucking know, because like I'm getting just like heavy politics. And granted, I do keep up with politics as much as I can, but this is all I'm seeing right now. So maybe you are like, maybe you're just really fucking nervous of what's going to be built. Like what is coming after? What is coming after, right? Actually, let's see what this one says. Flow forward with grace and confidence. Be true to your emotions. Do not allow yourself to become stagnant in your ways. Creation is your birthright. Consider what is vital to your happiness and ensure that you seek it. I do think that this Spirit is letting you know, if you are in this energy of just like really intense worry, really like heavy emotions, it's like Spirit's letting you know, like, don't breathe. Oh, breathe. Just breathe. It says, it is true that water is life. Without it, we perish, along with other life on this planet. We are watery creatures ourselves, with up to 60% of our body's composition being water. Our lungs are over 80% water, and even our dry, old bones are 31% water. Oh, I didn't even know that. Sorry if that makes me sound stupid, but I didn't know the bones had water in them either. Okay, water is tasteless, colorless, transparent, flowful, and has no calories, but is perhaps the most vital element on Earth. Water is used for drinking in agriculture, manufacture, and energy production in a joyful recreation. It is a biome in itself. Water is found in rivers, lakes, and in salted form in the oceans. It is mist, fog, and condensation, and it is frozen into ice, sleet, hail, and snow. Yeah, someone here could have had hail or something. Like, there could have been like a hailstorm, or there might be a hailstorm coming through. I don't know. Keep your car windows up. I don't know. This just could be like some I'm just seeing like a storm, a hailstorm, like a flash, like really quick. It says, as an element spiritually, water is related to flow, prosperity, and the direction of water movement. The tidal cycle is used in spellcraft with workings done on the incoming tide for the bringing of prosperity. Oh, okay. So the flow of this motion, the flow of this movement, it's like, don't resist this. Don't try to force something. It's almost like be in the moment, feel the flow. You might even be taking on so much energy, because I do feel like this is a little bit connected with the last reading I did, just because I'm seeing like the biome, and I'm thinking of the reading I just posted yesterday. So it is making me think a little bit of that. So you, and if you did watch that video, then you know you have very, very strong spiritual abilities. You have you're very in tune, very in tune. And not only that, but in that reading, I was really heavily feeling that spiritual gifts were evolving, that there was an evolvement, that's not a word, an evolution to this, right? So maybe Spirit is letting you know, don't try to force this, don't try to fight it. Be in that flow, be in that flow. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath right now, okay? And don't resist the messages coming to you either, because you could be getting a lot of messages right now. You see all these doves around her, but she's so content in this water. Her eyes are closed. She's submerged in her emotions, and not in a negative way, right? She's half in the water, half out. She's not fully, stuck in her emotions, but she's also not fully of the air. Like, she's still, there's a healthy balance here. Honey, are you okay? Imbalance, my cat. You may work with water in some type of practice, or maybe you're collecting moon water. Maybe you're like, there's something to do with new moon water. New moon. A lot of like water energy. Oh my God. It says, where did I leave off? Hold on. The tidal cycle is used in spellcraft with workings done on the incoming tide for bringing of prosperity, love, and blessings on the outgoing tide to remove and release what we no longer desire. Water magic is both powerful and gentle, and almost all ancient cultures have water deities, including genius loci, or spirits of lakes, rivers, springs, and even man-made wells. As the climate warms, the pressure on water supply will become acute. Also, places that flooded only occasionally may do so with greater volume and frequency, causing destruction and imbalance. So again, more like destructive, chaotic energy coming through. But I do genuinely feel with this energy that it's like, I do feel initially there's going to be a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. I don't think this is going to be smooth going. Like, I really don't think this is going to be a smooth transfer of power. I don't think this is going to be a smooth counting. I do think that there might be a recount here. That's what I'm feeling here. So it's almost like I'm getting the feeling, when it's like, it's worse before it gets better. That's the energy I'm kind of picking up right now. And I'm not here. Can you girls please get along? I'm not here saying who's winning, who's losing. I'm just saying with this energy, I feel it's going to really be chaotic, but we can trust that if again, we're talking in specifics, if we're talking about the election, we can trust that this is a fair and honest election, because even when they're bringing up certain, oh my God, sorry. I'm trying to think of where it was, but I can't freaking remember. When they're trying to talk about like election fraud or whatever, like they're catching it same day. Certain ballots, whatever, they're catching these things same day. So there is like, it's actively being monitored, right? This is going to be a safe and fair election. However, the results, regardless who wins, there's going to be pushback. There is going to be pushback, I feel like. What can the collective here take away from this though? Like, what is the overall, what's the overall message for them? Let me actually use this deck. What is the overall message for the collective here? I don't know. Maybe this is really spirit just saying, like, use your voice, step into the flow of things, right? Like, be as the river, be as the water, right? It just, it moves, right? It doesn't resist. It goes, what do they say? Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Final message here, Holy Spirit. A partnership for the new age. It is time to welcome it. Maybe I'm gonna be meeting someone. Okay. Meet a new partner. Have the courage to be free. Know that freedom begins where desire ends. If there are certain things that you're desiring right now, okay, maybe this is getting a little more personal for you guys. If there is someone that you've been wanting to talk to or someone that you've been wanting to reach out for, like, do it, right? It says freedom begins where desire ends. You have the idea in your head. If there's something here where it's like, no, I can't do that, you have the capability to do so, right? I feel like there's something here where you have the capability to do it, but what you lack right now is a little bit of courage. Like, maybe it's like, you gotta, maybe this is like you talk yourself up, right? You're trying to hype yourself up, but then it's like, maybe tomorrow. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Gonna do it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe it's not the right time. No, it's just really not the right time right now. I think it's probably a bad idea. I should wait till this happens, or maybe I'll wait until this happens. But Spirit, I'm feeling like Spirit is letting you know, like, no, do it when you feel it. Have the courage to step into, because what's coming is freedom. That's what it says. Freedom begins where desire ends. That desire that you have, that maybe even the desire to create something as you use your voice, right? Maybe you're using your voice and going to build something, create something that is part of the flow, the natural flow of things. Again, I'm seeing like a grid, like an energetic grid between everything. I feel like you have like a bigger impact, and maybe this is like you meet someone along the way, or you have a partner with you that feels similarly, like you guys are working together. But freedom begins where desire ends. This is not just, it's not enough to have the thought of it, right? It's not enough to just think it. You have to put the actions in as well. Have that courage, step into it, because there's so much ahead for you. There's so much, like, there's literally so much talent and so much, I was gonna say intelligence, which yes, I do believe, but I think this is more like your, I don't know, like spiritual awareness, your ability to, I don't know, hold on, what is this? Hold on. What is this? I'm getting a little different energy. Give me a second. King of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. With the Four of Wands, you guys have the, like, there's something here, you have the ability to create something big, create something impactful, be someone impactful, be someone influential. I don't know, maybe your voice is, again, maybe you're a freaking politician. I don't know if y'all are, like, maybe you're in like local politics or something, and your voice, or maybe you're going to, like, I don't know, town hall meetings, or maybe you're making your voice be heard. You're standing up for what you truly believe in. It's not just a thought in your head. You're putting those thoughts into action. You're putting those thoughts into action, and in turn, it is creating action. It is helping other people. You're sounding the alarm. You're boosting a message that you truly, truly believe in here. King of Pentacles, though, I do feel like you guys have so much knowledge. You could even be well off. You don't have to be. Or maybe this is like you're coming into this energy that you're going to be like very well off. Like you might even have a safe where you keep like very important documents, or you keep certain jewelry, or you keep, I don't know, things that are very important to you. You might have that. Or maybe you're just very wealthy in spirit, right? Like there's a lot of love around you. You are just abundant with, like, I want to say spiritual gifts, so maybe I should just say psychic. I don't know how to, maybe it's different for different people, because I feel like there could be someone that is incredibly talented with one practice or very natural with one practice, whereas another person could be like a completely different, you know what I mean? Like, it's not one size fits all. Like, there's different energies here, but overall, like, there is this power within you. There is this psychic, like, there's this spiritual ability within you. Can y'all please? Maybe you do something like psychic work. Maybe you have a platform. Maybe that's where the voice is coming through. Maybe there's some type of platform whether it be a platform online, whether it be an actual platform like a podium, a stadium, a pulpit. I don't know, where it's like your voice carries weight. People listen to you. So it's very important what you say, right? But it's also important to be authentic. Like, don't get lost in the sauce now, okay? There could be people that want you to act out of character. They want you to, I was gonna say, act in a certain way that they can use against you in a weird way. But I think you're very secret about this wealth that you're obtaining, or this wealth that you're creating, this wealth that you either have right now or will have. I do feel like this is something that you keep to yourself. This isn't something that you're going around telling everyone. Oh my God, the high priestess. This isn't something that you're going around telling everyone that you have. You're the high priestess. You are literally in like divine energy. This is like goddess energy. This is, regardless if not gendered, but this is what it feels like. You're fully tapped the fuck in right now. And I was getting like pineal gland yesterday. That's coming up again. So maybe it's like this is a time in your life right now where your third eye, like your senses here, your sixth sense is like heightened. Okay, this is like a high, and maybe because we are so, like, the veil is thin. It is Dia de Muertos today as I post. It is Dia de Muertos. So the veil is incredibly thin right now. You could be feeling that. You could be feeling, and it did say ether, right? Ether. But you could literally be feeling shit that's going on in the ethers. You could be getting information from the ethers of like what's happening, what's going on. You could be getting like so many downloads. You could be receiving so many confirmations, validations right now. You could even be freaking people out. Like maybe you're divining information without even freaking realizing it. I know that this has come up quite a bit. I do think that you guys have the ability to speak something that you like, speak something to someone that they're not, that they haven't even told you, that you're not aware of, but it like hits and resonates with this person, right? I'm seeing this swing here and it's making me think of swing states. I don't know. Maybe there's something going on with the swing states. Maybe that's going to be a point of issue or point of contention with this election. But you're someone that does your research. You're not here just like saying, like, your communication, you really value honesty within communication. And what else? Hold on. I feel like I was gonna say something else, but it flew out my head. What the hell? Final message here. Is there a final message? Sorry, I just like blanked right there. What is the final message here, Holy Spirit? These cats driving me crazy. Ten of Swords. This is it's gonna be a rough, it's gonna be a rough transformation. It's not something that is pretty, right? The Ten of Swords can sometimes be about betrayal, like literal and a literal ending. Hey. Sorry, these cats, like I gotta like mist them sometimes. And don't even come for me about like animal cruelty. They're fine. It's literally mist. Relax. That is the only way that they listen. Yeah, even with the skulls here, with the wings, cerebral, there's going to be a lot of back and forth. There's going to be a lot of having to do the research yourself, look into things yourself. A lot of critical thinking, a lot of, and it's going to affect cities. You see the city here in the back, the sword in the back. There's going to be truth coming to these certain cities here, right? Like there's going, maybe this is like a questioning of the validity, the truth of maybe swing states or cities from swing states. I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I don't know. Like, I'm sorry. This reading is kind of like all over the place and I do apologize. I hope, I don't think so because I literally meditated and prayed before this. So I really don't feel like I'm projecting all of this. Because I know politics is not a topic that many people like to discuss, but it is at this point in time, actually in all points in time, to be honest, like scratch that. It's very important, right? This impacts so many people's lives, so many people's lives. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I'm really getting with this. I hope, I know some people really don't like talking about politics, but like, this is what I'm getting. This is really what I'm getting here. And I'm really trying to divine through these cards, especially with the partnership for the new age. It is time to welcome it. Even that, I'm not feeling like a fool. Like, I would not classify this as a love reading. Absolutely not. But maybe there is a point in your life, like you're at a point in your life where there is a lot of love around you, or there is going to be some type of partnership coming in. So maybe this is like spirit is telling you, like, don't focus too heavily on one thing right now. Don't pour your energy so much into situations that you have no control with the outcome, right? Where the outcome is not something that you have any type of control over. All you can do is use your voice, cast your vote, stand in your power, stand in your truth, and go with the flow. Like, really, that's what it comes down to. I really do apologize if this message did not resonate. I hope it did. And it's for entertainment purposes only. It's for entertainment purposes only. Please, no one come after me. But yeah, this is what I have. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I'm sorry. I'm really trying to like find something else for you guys, but I don't see anything else. I don't feel anything else. I just think it's really, really tense right now. It's a lot of tension. So just breathe, you know, take a deep breath, your shoulders, unclench your jaw, loosen those shoulders up. Take a cleansing bath, take a spiritual bath, stand out in the rain if you want to. Go give yourself a massage if you have the ability to do so. Go get a massage. Go buy yourself some flowers. Do something nice for yourself, right? Or maybe go on a date with your partner. Maybe you guys are gonna go on a romantic date. It's gonna take your mind off things. It's gonna keep you from going mental, the chaos, right? Like, but yeah, that's what I have for you guys. That's it. I don't know why I keep prolonging this. Have a beautiful rest of your day, your evening, wherever you're at. Stay healthy, hydrated, and blessed. I hope you're treated as you treat others, and I will see you next time. Bye.